Okay, great. Hi, this is Elizabeth Cooper Smith, and it is Tech Tutorial Monday. It's kind of interesting the way I figure out how to do these things. It's usually just keeping my ear to the ground because usually on like Sunday I'm like, oh my god, and I should probably start batching this too. But I'm really kind of moment in the moment person when it comes to these. These I was on social media, and this person that I absolutely love following was talking about how she was having a problem getting paid by a client, where she had done full delivery and the client just refused to pay her, and it was interesting because for over the past few weeks and months, I've been running into that on Facebook. I've run into all the different places where entrepreneurs are just saying, well, yeah, I did what I was supposed to do. I delivered and I haven't gotten paid, and I've got to chase after payments, and what am I going to do? And I'm always of the opinion that once you start chasing after a payment, it's just way too late. So it's better to be proactive about that. So I wanted to talk about a couple of things, and I'm also talking about that a little bit in my tips this week as well. So basically, what I do is, and what I've been doing for probably the past 10 years, though I have a really funny story about how I started about this, is well, no, like since the beginning, I've always gotten a deposit on the work that I do, whether it's half up and then half a couple weeks before, because it's another thing that you should always get a deposit. Always get some sort of deposit before you start work, and always get the balance before you finish working. So when I was doing wedding planning full time, I would get half up front, and then I would have the balance due 2 weeks before the wedding. For one thing, it's just getting the balance before you have to end the wedding, and you don't have to chase them afterwards. And then also there's things that I would have to do, like hire staff to help out and take care of my expenses as well before the wedding happened. And so generally what happened is, before I had a CRM like Honeybook, as you see before you, what I would do is I would send a credit card authorization form to them. But the really funny thing is, it's a funny story, because when I first came up with that idea, or came across it actually, obviously I'm not the original founder of the credit card authorization form. I had a client. It was fairly high end, and I was just so nervous because I would give her the invoices for the rentals, and she would have to call and make the payments with her card. And then it just got to this thing where everything was just like not running smoothly, and I came across like, okay, credit card authorization form. I came up with this form, and I gave it to her, and I was just so nervous, like, can I have your credit card, in that way, I can make these payments for you, and you don't have to take time out of your day, and here's the form, and do you mind signing it? And she just handed me her card. She's like, oh, okay, but I don't want this wedding to go over like X amount of money. That was her only problem with that. Like, okay, I'm going to give you my card, but the wedding has to be like, certain amount of money. And the thing of it is that we get so nervous asking people for money, thinking that it means that we're mercenary, or just that it's not fair, right? Because we did our jobs, and they're not paying us. But nobody gets paid. Nobody does any work without getting paid. If you order something on Amazon, you have to pay for it before you get it. If you go to a restaurant, you have to pay for your food before you get it. This is like every day, so it's just easier to just do this. To just send it, as it's just part of your standard operating procedure. So I will show you what a credit card authorization looks like right now. This is just like a blank one that I work off of. So it's got my information on it in theirs, and then it's a credit card authorization form. This is like an early one that I haven't fixed yet. And then it has the name of the client. And then I authorize the following card to be charged to Elizabeth Coopersmith. I understand that no charges will be made without notification. I will receive a receipt for every payment made on this card. And so it's got a credit card. It's got the credit card number, expiration date, and security code, a custom field, which is basically the name as it appears in the card, and then the card holder's billing address. So all the stuff that you would normally fill out on anything that you are buying online. And then this card, and it doesn't show it, which is like kind of a bummer, but let's see. Do you have like, no, it's a template. Generally what happens is when this gets sent to the client through the CRM, there's a double signing. They sign it and then you sign it. Which is just basically just you saying that this is what you're agreeing to as well, which I find really important. Just as an assurance is that this, you haven't just given me permission, I've accepted this permission. But so this is something that I put together as a contract in my CRM. There is also, you can also just find a credit card, the authorization, and put one together yourself just to send people either as a Word document or a PDF and have them sign it through Hello You. I think it's Hello You or USign. Any way that they can sign it online. Square.com, if you go to Square.com, and I use Square.com to process payments for my notary business because I'm also a notary public for California, just in case you need anything, and you're in Los Angeles. And if you go here, and I'll put this link in the post. If you go to Square, they have credit card authorization form templates that you can download. And as they say down here, you don't have to use them for Square. So this is basically the form itself. The only thing that this form doesn't have, it also tells you what should be included. And I'll show it to you in PDF format. The only thing that it doesn't include, which mine does, as you saw, was the 4-digit code on the back, which I think is really, really important because most of the time, if you are processing a payment, then they're gonna need that. So yeah, and like I said, I will go ahead and put this link in the post. Also, I can send you a copy of this because I believe that I can print this as a PDF, just so that you have an idea of what it is that your form can be. And again, this was a contract in HoneyBook, and other CRMs can do that as well. So then that way you have their information, and anytime you need it, you just go back into their file and get it from there. But yeah, I mean, it's important to get paid. It's important to get paid. And as I say, trust everybody, but cut the cards. And you don't have to, it doesn't have to be a big deal. It's just part of your contract. It's part of your standard operating procedure. It's part of everybody's standard operating procedure. And that's just the way that it goes. Now, if you want to negotiate on how big the deposit is, that's great. But let them know that this is what's going to happen. You can do the credit card. If they want to pay you in cash, then make it very clear that you are not starting work until you get a deposit. You are not finishing work until you get the balance. And as I said before, if you want to figure out a way where with your services, how it is that, like when it is that you determine when that balance is going to be paid or what that entails, just message me and we'll talk about it. But yeah, and then also if you want any more information about my services, right now I'm actually working on HoneyBook for a couple other people, and then websites too. I'm doing this big website project that I'm really excited about. Just let me know. Message me. Go to ElizabethCoopersmithConsulting.com. Email me at ElizabethCoopersmith@gmail.com. I am here to help you with whatever you need. Have a great week, you guys.